looks like you're doing some research on apartment buildings here in Dallas, and maybe you live in the city and you're just looking for a change of scenery, or maybe you don't even live in Texas and you're trying to figure out if Dallas would be the right move for you. And regardless of the case, you're going to want to check out this video. And today we're going to be sweeping through one of the most affordable high rises here in downtown Dallas, and I'm going to be sweeping through every square inch of this building, covering the leasing office, dog park, gym, the pool, walking through 3 separate floor plans, talking through pricing and incentives, so that way you can figure out if one Dallas center could be the right fit for you. If this is your first time swinging by the channel, welcome. My name's Lucas. I'm an apartment locator here in Dallas, and every single day I take calls, texts, and emails from folks like you and 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 you to help them find apartment buildings all throughout the Dallas area. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I cover, feel free to drop me a line. All of my information is below in the description, and I'd be more than happy to give you a look around Dallas. So without any further ado, let's go check out one Dallas center. Dallas One Center is a 30-story high-rise located in downtown, of which is a multi-use building that is also home to 3 other businesses: HKS, Greyhound, and Apex. And this building was built in 1972 and is 30 floors high. Dallas One Center residents will belong to floors 1 and 2, and then 14 through 30. And as we're walking in, we will have our well-lit lobby / art gallery, which is mainly here for the businesses based here, but you'll see me walk by some elevators here in a sec that are actually for those businesses. The One Dallas Center elevators will be shown here in a second. But as far as the layout, you'll have the pool, dog park, and resident lounge here on the ground level behind the leasing office. And then you'll have the gym, yoga studio, and the work from home spaces way up on the 30th floor. And I am going to cover all of it. As far as parking, your guests will park on the 2nd floor of the parking garage, and depending on the time of day, will cost them $5 to $18. I know it kind of sucks, but it's a little similar to Atelier. I mean, let's just face it, we're in the downtown area of a huge city here in Texas. Parking isn't always perfect, but some buildings definitely do have more favorable options than others when it comes to guest parking. And then residents will have floors 3 through 10 of the garage all to themselves. And we are getting closer to the resident elevators. As I said, that the resident elevators are going to be separate from the elevators that the business use, and you will have 3 of which start here on the ground level and go all the way up to 30. And we're actually going to be kicking things off with the floor plans today. And I'm gonna have a pretty long walk down some hallways. So before going into the unit, I want you to get an idea of the look and the feel. So kicking things off with the S1, this is 568 square feet, just under $1,600, which I'm gonna make a quick call out, is super affordable for any studio in the downtown area of Dallas. If you compare that to almost any other building, it's going to be hard to beat. So you'll notice throughout the majority of the floor plans at One Dallas Center is that they will be more affordable compared to what else is out there. And the majority of your floor plans here at One Dallas Center, you're gonna have carpet in the bedrooms, engineered hardwood in the living rooms, and then tile in the bathrooms. But what I like about this studio is that you do have the bedroom that is technically sectioned off from the common areas. You'll see me turn around here in a second. There are 2 sliding doors that technically cut off the living room from the bedroom, which also have some windows which will allow just a little bit of natural light to come in. And all in all, I really have no gripes for the studio here. Given the age of the building and the fact that we are in downtown Dallas, getting all of this for below $1,600, can't really ask for much more. Next up is our 1 bedroom, and this is the A1, just under 700 square feet and starts at $1,639. Again, this is super affordable compared to other 1 bedrooms that I have showcased in other downtown buildings. But what I really like about this one is that although you don't get floor to ceiling windows, you still get a ton of natural light due to the way that this unit is facing Pacific Plaza, which is a green belt right beside the building. You'll see it here in a sec as I peek out the window. It's a pretty cool spot to be at as long as it's not 127 degrees. So definitely make sure to check out Pacific Plaza during the fall and spring. But as far as the unit, huge fan of this one. It makes me think about the amount of money I was making when I was fresh out of college. I was on a shoestring budget, and had I have known of this floor plan in this building, it definitely would have been on my radar. Then our final floor plan is going to be the B1. This is our 2-bedroom, just a hair over 1,300 square feet, and tends to land in the mid twos in terms of pricing. So in this one, you're going to have your side-by-side washer dryer, quartzite countertops, and I like that it's staged so you can kind of get an idea of how well you can utilize this 1,300 square feet once you have all of your furniture in place.
All right, so if you're getting any value whatsoever from this video, then you got to do this thing And you do it for a couple reasons. The first reason is that I know every single apartment building here in the Dallas area, and every single leasing office that you talk to, they're going to tell you everything that's great about the building, and quite oftenly will gloss over the things that are not so good. And with me having an unbiased opinion, I can tell you some of the things that are really, really good, and I can also tell you some of the things that are not so good. And then the second thing, with me being a locator here in Dallas, I do have a relationship with the majority of the buildings in the area, and I can help you capture some additional incentives and move-in bonuses, of which can help make your living situation just a little more affordable. And the buildings here actually incentivize me to bring new residents through the door, so it's not like you'd be cutting me a check for my services. That is being taken care of by the other party. So it is absolutely no skin off your back to go ahead and reach out. So one last time, if you want to move into One Dallas Center or any other building in the area, make sure to do this thing, and I will do absolutely the best that I can for you.
Now, moving into the amenities, now we are walking into the lounge, which is here on the ground level. You can see through the windows the swimming pool as well, and we will go out there in a second. But a pretty cool spot. They do have an open bar down here that is manned by a bartender, usually on the weekends and after work hours during the week. And all in all, feels like a pretty dope spot. There's a ton of seating down here, and it's super open. So in terms of mingling with other residents or meeting your neighbors, all of that is going to be done here. And just by looking at some of the branded bottles that are stocked behind the bar, looks like they carry some pretty well-known brands, so you're definitely going to have your bases covered down here. So now tiptoeing out towards the pool, one thing I can say right off the bat was the amount of outdoor TVs that I saw out here. I think I counted 8 or 9, but aside from that, there's lots and lots of seating, as well as a few pergolas on the edge of the pool that you'll see here in a second. But again, this is on the ground, so you will have a limited window of sunlight if you are a suntanner or a sunbather. But I will also add that this is specifically for the residents, which is key to mention. The majority of the multi-use and commercial buildings that I showcase downtown, the pool is a shared amenity, but at One Dallas Center, this is for residents only. So you're not going to be mixing and mingling with people that are at the businesses. You will have this to use all on your own. And then off to the side of the pool, you do have a dog park, and it's not huge, but you've got at least something to work with. You'd be surprised by the amount of buildings that are downtown that don't even have a place for pets. You kind of just have to take them behind the grass out beside the building. But it's cool that One Dallas Center at least gives you something, so you can definitely bring the furry friends here, or you can take them to the public space that I mentioned earlier, Pacific Plaza, so that they can do their business and run around. And then as far as another shout out for One Dallas Center, obviously this building was built in the 70s, so it's not as new as some of the other buildings that are on my channel, but they put in effort to bring it into 2024. For example, having the remote key fob access. You'd be surprised by a lot of buildings that cut corners there. It's not the most affordable expense to add on, but just by seeing things like that tells you how much that the management team cares about the integrity of the building, and it is super convenient for residents as opposed to using the old school lock and key. And as we're walking through the resident lounge, we're up on the 30th floor. So this is going to be your work from home space and your mixing and mingling space. You've got some pretty sweet views, but as you'll see behind me, it is also connected to the gym, of which we are going to cover right now. And as we're walking into the fitness center, you're gonna have a long hallway that has the majority of the cardio equipment here. And my favorite thing about the gym here is how well they have spaced out all of the equipment. You'll see some of the buildings on my channel where they've just bunched together as much equipment as they possibly can, but One Dallas Center, you've actually got some elbow room and some breathing room. So for a big guy like me that spends all of his time in the gym, I'm 6'6", I'm a pretty tall glass of water, I can enjoy the wingspan and just a little bit of freedom that you have up here. The dumbbells go up to about 45, you've got some kettlebells, as well as a Smith machine that you'll see here to the left. So all in all, I'd say it's a pretty good gym just in terms of spacing. It lacks some of the equipment that someone like me needs, as I'm more of a serious gym goer. But if you're more of a casual gym goer, maybe you come a few times a week and do some cardio and light dumbbell work, this gym will be perfect for you.
So that is going to wrap up our tour of One Dallas Center. And if you have actually lived in this building, feel free to drop a comment. Tell us what you liked about it. Tell us what you didn't like about it. Every single day, there's thousands of people swinging by the channel that are doing research on apartment buildings, and your feedback would be greatly appreciated. Additionally, if you finish watching the video and if you still have some questions about some stuff that I might have covered or might not have covered, feel free to drop me a line. All of my information is below in the description, and I would be more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. And I also know that there's most likely a number of you that are probably done watching this video. You're probably scratching your head thinking, you know what? Not sure if One Dallas Center would be the best fit for me. I wonder what else is out there. I've got your back. Feel free to check out this playlist, because I did a vlog tour much like this one over some of the most popular apartment buildings here in the Dallas area, which will be helpful as you're doing some more research. So with that, hope y'all stay out of trouble, and we'll catch you in the next video. Y'all be good.